Hello, this is the Coleman Octagon tent, also known as the Coleman Festival tent. Allegedly an 8-man tent, but I would say, depending on how you're set up and how comfortable and how much space, it's not really 8-man, but they say that for everything. So this is just a quick review. I've had 3 or 4 tents in my time. This is by far the biggest one I've ever had and the most comfortable. I'm 6 foot tall to the inch and I can stand up, so I'm stood up now. I'm holding the phone right now at the top of my head, so above eye level, and you can see inside it goes up a little bit, so I can walk around in there. Now we've opened up the sides, you'll have seen that, almost like little curtains, which is great because you've still got your fly net in here to keep the flies out. But when it's hot and it's sunny, this really helps every time there's a little gust of wind. Now every panel has a curtain, but I just find 2 or 3 panels is enough to cool it down. Now there's just 2 of us staying in. You can see we've made a right mess inside, but to give you an idea, that is a double airbed there. You can see how much room there is either side. We've just got some carpet sample mats that we use as a doormat. You know, you get those free from any carpet shop. And we just use this main door here. That one over there, which is, I guess they call the emergency exit, we also just use that just to quickly get something from the other side. Down here, where we've currently got our chairs outdoors, but I put them down in there, and again I use those sample mats just to stop the foot of the chair boring into the bottom or the ground sheet of the tent. It's very spacious, very comfortable, and I can highly recommend it. Completely waterproof. When we came here, when we first put the tent up, it was not raining at the time, although the ground was damp. After it was up, before we'd even had finished to put our stuff from the car inside, it started chucking it down, and then it was the wettest 48 hours that we'd had in years by chance. So unfortunately we had to stay in here for the first couple of days, but it stayed completely dry. Not a single drop came in. It keeps, you know, the flies and everything out very, very well. And the door, I'll just show you this because this is, I think, a very nice part of the design. You get this nice little flap over the door that prevents, you know, even where the zip is from getting wet. If I show there the zips there, there's one zip for the top half of the door, one zip for the bottom, and they always meet in the middle, so you can't choose to have both zips here, so you always know where the zips are because they meet in the middle. You can't do it any other way. And again, these flaps just perfect. There's another flap on the inside of the door as well, in the same position. This little roof thing here, when I first saw it on the video, I thought it was a little bit of a gimmick, but when it was really chucking it down, as I was saying, you could open the door wide open. It opens outwards, by the way, with this little handle, and this stopped any rain from going inside, because when it was heavy, you'd get a little bit of water gathering up here on the thing. And when there was loads of rain, every so often, a bit of it would drop down, either down here or down there. But as the rain was falling down, again, you could hold the door open. None of it rained in, so it's actually extremely useful. These are the 2 little quote-unquote doormats that come with the tent. You know, because you got, depending on how long you have it, if it is raining, where you keep coming in and out is going to become messy. So, you know, we actually, to begin with, had it set like you'd have your doormat at home, but ended up with it long ways like this, just using the other one underneath the feet of the chair, because again we bring these in later on, or if it starts raining and we don't want wet or dirty feet of the chair in the tent. And again, we're putting them on those sample carpet mats. So yeah, if you're going around it, you can see you can open all of these, so it's just a case of going down there behind the flap, unzipping the zip all the way. And then the way that the thing stays open, if you see where these are velcroed together here, just these velcro bits then actually stick to the velcro bit on the next panel, and that's how you hold them all open. At least that's how I've done it. It was quite windy the first night we were here. The thing kept it stood up completely sturdy the whole time. After it had been up a few days, I just went round checking that the ropes, there was 2 or 3 that were a little slack. I just tightened them up, and that's probably because when it was raining, you know, the damp, like any rope, tightens it up. And so yeah, overall, very, very happy with the tent. It's very, very spacious. And depending how many people you've got, how big they are and how much room you want, you could very easily put 3 people in, 3 sets of big chairs like that, and have room for all your stuff for 3 people. Now, if you want more people in there, but you don't have chairs with you, or you can pack the beds away and put your chairs out during the day or whatever, you could have even more in. Could you have 8 people in there? Well, I guess you could, but then you wouldn't really, like any tent, going to have much room for anything. But I would suggest family of 4, or if you've got like 2 adults and 3 or 4 kids, perfect tent. That's going to be it. The Coleman Octagon, I guess they call it the festival tent, although it don't say it here. And that's it. Honest review, unpaid, unbiased, very happy with it.
Honeymoon's feet. Oh, on my hand.